Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Chris Davis, and today we're going to do a review of Dragon Ball Super Chapter 100. Merry Christmas. So glad you guys are watching this video. I'm so glad that this retelling of Dragon Ball Super Superhero is over. Should have been over in the last chapter. In this chapter, um, they're just retelling the ending. I really think last chapter should have been like the end of the end uh of this arc, but they just managed to stretch this arc for the whole 12 months. Um, but overall, I'm really glad it's over. Honestly, if they needed a break after the Granola, the Survivor arc, if they needed to take a year off to do that, take a year off to figure out the next arc, I would have been happy with that rather than them retelling Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Because to me, it's like they were running out of ideas and they really stretched this out. I like the um, first two panels, the first two pages of this chapter. We have the colored art, and Gohan is saying "Light of Death." I never heard "Light of Death," not even the English dub. I've heard "Special Beam Cannon," of course, Makanko Saipo. I've never heard of "Light of Death." Of course, it is a light of death. Um, but I just heard special beam cannon or Makako Saipo. Honestly, once this chapter's over, I don't know if like I want them to like come out with another chapter. Obviously, I do, but just make sure like the next manga arc is like really good. And like I said, if you need to take time off in order to accomplish that, by all means go ahead and do it. Just don't rehash like a movie uh that we've already seen and make it a year long manga arc. So again, we see the Light of Death, really good cover. Yeah, really good. And look at that special beam cannon. All those colors mixing together. That looks really cool. I'm not gonna lie. And that last part where Cellmax is throwing that energy bomb, special beam cannon pierces right through it. Oh, not yet. It's a beam struggle. Um, I don't remember this in the movie. Gohan and Goten helping out, like helping, helping out with the beam struggle by distracting Cell Max. I don't remember that part. I think they added that in there. But they're able to help out, and this beam cannon pierces through um, Cell Max's energy blast, and he gets hit straight in the head, his weak spot. Then, of course, kaboom! Um, I thought this part was pretty funny right here. Piccolo grabs Goten and Trunks. In fact, them helping Gohan out with the beam struggle wasn't in the movie because in the movie I don't think the fusion wore off until like the very end. So that wasn't in the movie. But I like this part how Piccolo's still big. He grabs Goten and Trunks and he's flying with the rest of them to get out of there. So again, like this is just ending of like the whole movie. Cell Max is defeated. Everyone's happy and celebrating. Hopefully, Gohan learned his lesson the final time about slacking off on training. Like I don't like how Gohan has to go through like every arc and has to be told over and over again that hey, you need to make sure you train just to be sure you're ready when the next threat comes because that happened early Boo saga. That happened in Resurrection F when Frieza was able to like one shot him in his base form. And it was a Super Saiyan. And I understand Frieza got powerful then, but he was like in his like first form. So that was embarrassing. Uh, we had to go through that lesson again in the early part of the tournament of power when they were gathering the fighters to fight in that tournament. Gohan had to relearn that lesson again. So training and not letting your guard down before the fight's over. I hope Gohan learns these lessons and he doesn't keep repeating them, because if he keeps repeating those same mistakes again, the character's not progressing, the character is not learning. Yeah. And then this is the part where they're not gonna throw Dr. Hito or Dr. Hedo in the cell and throw away the key. Bulma's gonna hire him at Castle Corp to help her with her her beauty stuff. Which I think that's cool. That's fine. It beats him like being outside and just doing whatever he wants, causing more trouble, which like Krillin and Bulma state. And yeah, it's not really all that much left. Now this part is has me curious right here. Um, let me read. It says, "You hanging in there, Carmine, sir?" Yes. Like, damn it all, the commander's dead. Our base lies in ruins. What's the plan now, sir? First things first, we return to Red Pharmaceuticals HQ. Like, are they trying to add a little bit more to it, like for future? Like, because basically, like, that's the end. Like, that's how the movie ends. In fact, I don't even remember them doing anything else. I probably remember them just being blown away whenever there was a shockwave blast or whenever someone was powering up. So I don't know. The manga is going to do something a little different and have something with them for the time being, but like we'll see. And then, of course, we see this last part with Goku and Vegeta fighting, not using any ki blasts. Not, yeah, in this fight, they weren't supposed to use any ki blasts. They were just supposed to just use their martial arts skills. So I guess if they slammed each other into the ground, they could make these huge craters. And then we see Vegeta wins, and they were fighting that entire time. And Whis finally gets back in touch with Bulma about what she needed, and um, basically she was telling him everything's fine now, and that's where the chapter ends. So I don't want to say like, oh, this was a great chapter, because honestly, they could have ended this arc at the last chapter 99. But the first two panels were good, and I am glad that this arc's over, so they can decide to go into another arc or take a break. Like, if you don't have the next arc ready, then just take a break. Work on Dragon Ball Daima, make sure that's really good. But overall, um, chapter's okay for a retelling of Dragon Ball Superhero. So that's all we have for today. If you liked what I had to share, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with all your friends, and all of you have a great day.